All right, what's going on, guys? Graham, Jesus, and Matthews here with BleacherReport.com. And ahead of Elimination Chamber this coming weekend on Peacock, we got the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch herself here on the line to talk all about her match with Lita coming up on Saturday. Becky, thanks for taking the time today. I'm looking forward to this.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And like I said, you're facing Lita on Saturday. Huge matchup, a dream match. A lot of people didn't think we'd be getting, but we're getting it on Saturday. Talk to me a little bit about this match and how much it means to you.
So from what perspective do you want me to talk about how much this means to me? Because 13-year-old me would be losing their mind, and even 30-year-old me would be losing their mind. And the me who had Lita first introduced the women's title at WrestleMania 32 would be losing their mind. But the me that I am today, the champion, having gone through all of these obstacles, come back better than ever, to have my childhood hero try to get a rub off that and try to challenge me at the most important time of the year, well, that's very conflicting for me. Sure, the fans are excited, and this is happening in Saudi Arabia, and we're the first women from WWE to be put on a billboard, and that's huge, and the significance of that is huge. But I am so conflicted because now I'm forced to either destroy my childhood hero or let her think she has a chance against me. And so I have to destroy my childhood hero. This is an awful predicament that she's put me in.
And the cool thing about it, too, is that we've seen you guys interact, obviously, behind the scenes a lot, but like on television in the ring, there was that very brief interaction you guys had, I think in the 2018 Women's Rumble, the first Rumble 4 years ago. Beyond that, obviously, no one-on-one match until Elimination Chamber on Saturday. We got 2K22 coming up next month. This feels like a match you would see in a video game. Is Lita probably, I think people have kind of lost the definition of what dream match is, but this literally is a dream match, a match no one ever really thought would happen. Lita's first one-on-one match of any kind in almost 15 years. Is this probably the biggest dream match you thought you probably have always wanted but never thought would actually happen?
Yeah, yes, completely up until this moment, and now I realize the gravity of it, and the impact of it, and what it means for me, and what it means for the future, and what it means for Lita, and it's huge. It's huge. It's, like I said, almost beyond my comprehension. That this is happening right now. Certainly, the teenage me just wouldn't be able to, if you told me that in 20 years that one day you're going to be having a match for the Raw Women's Championship against Lita, I think I would literally lose my mind. My head might explode. I might not make it to this match, But now of course, now it's a different story. Now I'm in a very tricky position.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier, too, how she's coming back to make a name off of you, someone who's been around and dominating the scene since you've been back at SummerSlam, and obviously well before that, main eventing Mania 3 years ago. We can go on and on with your accomplishments. But she's not the only one. We saw Ronda Rousey come back at the Royal Rumble. She's trying to make a name off of yourself and Charlotte as well. She chose to face Charlotte at WrestleMania. But even before we get to that, your thoughts on people like Lita and Ronda Rousey coming back, and even more stars beyond them in the Rumble as well, coming back to be able to, they want to work with you. They want to make a name for themselves again off of someone who's currently a huge star in WWE. Talk a little bit about being in that position now, of being the person that you are, the man, no pun intended, on Monday Night Raw, and all of your heroes and people that you've worked with before are wanting to come back to the company to work with because they know you're the top draw right now.
Can you blame them? I'm magic right now, I'm nothing but magic. Everything better than ever. Matches better than ever. Every time I talk on the mic, better than ever. Stories better than ever. Bringing these people up, bringing up Liv Morgan and Doudrop and making them all household names. I don't blame anybody for wanting to work with me, but I also don't blame Ronda for not wanting to work with me because I'm better than ever. And I came back, and nobody understands how hard what Ronda's doing is better than me, I know how hard it is to what being a mom is hard. Traveling with an infant, very hard. Wrestling, very, very hard, and to combine all of those things is a huge difficulty, and I make it look easy, but it's not easy. And so if I was Ronda, I wouldn't want to face me. We're two women in the same position, and obviously I'm just killing the game. If I were her, I would have done what she did too. I'd start with the easy thing. Well, look, if I was her, I wouldn't have done what she did because I'm me. And so I came in and I beat the top champion, unbelievable athlete, Bianca Belair, and I beat her in 26 seconds. And then I continued to beat her, and then I've been beating everybody else since. So obviously we're two different things. But if I were to give Ronda advice, my advice would be, go with the starter, go with the appetizer, go with the little shrimp cocktail, go with the freaking gazpacho.
Well, we got WrestleMania next year. That's in Hollywood, somewhere you're obviously familiar with. She is as well. So maybe we could save it for Mania next year. But not to look too ahead beyond Elimination Chamber. Also on that show, we're going to have a number one contenders match for your championship, winner facing you very likely at WrestleMania. Does anyone in that match stand out? I know you've already beaten more than half of the field before. You have great chemistry with everyone in the match. Rhea, you don't really have much history with much at all. Would you rather go with someone fresh like her or revisit a road like with Bianca Belair or Liv Morgan? Your thoughts on the competitors in that chamber match?
I mean, look, yeah, they're all incredible women, and I think Rhea Ripley, God, we haven't even begun to scratch the surface with her. She's an incredible athlete, incredible at what she does, looks amazing, a superstar in the making. But she ain't coming for my title, so let's wash her aside. And then we have the unknown. We have the unknown factor. Could it be Asuka? I mean, I've already beaten Asuka, but one of the best women ever. Could it be Wendy Chu sleeping in the chamber? Possibly. I don't know. So there's always that unknown factor. Or maybe we'll finally get Becky Lynch and Bayley in a substantial story, or maybe not. And maybe it'll be Liv Morgan, and I'll beat her again and send her back packing.
Yeah, there's the possibilities are endless. Like you said, completely forgot about that sixth mystery person. So we'll find out on Saturday. That's going to be obviously after your match with Lita for the Raw Women's Championship. You mentioned how you're killing the game right now. We see every Monday night on Raw. You're killing it on Raw. You're killing it with the Twitter game as well. You always have. People love the puns. We haven't seen the puns a lot lately, but your Twitter game is on fire nonetheless. Does it come to a point now where you've been on top for so long where when you see, I don't even want to say opinions, but like bad takes, and I don't have to name names, we all know who we're talking about here. Does it get to a point where it doesn't even, like, you just kind of like laugh it off and move on? Because the tweet that you put up last week was great. Like, what is your mindset when you read stuff like that at this point in your career?
Sometimes you laugh it off, but you know what? Here's something. I was watching the Olympics last night, and I was watching these incredible athletes do ice skating, right? And they're it's figure skating, and they're doing these incredible 360s. And I mean, look, I'm not a good ice skater. I'm sure I can put one foot in front of the other, but and keep my balance. But I can't do pirouettes and flips and all of this mad stuff and synchronized dancing and twirls. And I was watching, and I said to my husband, I was like, I don't like these people. You know what I mean? I hate their facial expressions or whatever it was. And then I laughed at how ridiculous that is. But imagine if I had put that up on Twitter. Imagine if I had criticized these people who've been training their whole lives doing these impossible tasks that I have never done. It's silly, And look, we're the best at our game. We're the best in the world, and anybody criticizing me when I'm when I'm arguably the best at what I do, it's just silly. It's just silly. It's silly,
Yeah. Yeah. With two last questions for you, Becky, as we wrap up here. I had thrown it out, questions for Becky, who wants to, want me to ask her, whatever. And your fans, a lot of people were asking, a Becky Lynch documentary, is that coming at some point? There were some hints that you were filming something while you were out, as well as a book as well. So any thoughts on that stuff? And it could be coming in the future.
Well, I'm still, look, time is not plentiful for me at the moment, but
Yeah.
I'm still working on that book,
Yeah.
and it's slowly but surely chipping away, and that will come out soon. And then the documentary, there is a lot of footage, and it remains to be seen.
Very cool. We have that to look forward to. And as we wind down here, Becky, last question. It's Valentine's Day as we speak right now. Very exciting stuff. I know you got to go to work in a couple hours. Tonight, Raw, we're speaking on Monday. So you don't have a lot of time for yourself, I would assume. But any Valentine's Day plans? And do you and Seth shop for your outfits together before you wear them out on Raw? Because a lot of them are very similar, and a lot of people enjoy that type of stuff.
Do you know what? It's actually, we don't, and it always is just a kind of coincidence that we have similar nuances in our character, in our dress wear, in our outfits. That is certainly not planned. I guess we're in sync like that, and that's so sweet. And any Valentine's Day plans? No, we watched the Super Bowl last night and ate some breakfast tacos, so that was romantic.
Very nice. Can't go wrong with the breakfast tacos. Elimination Chamber coming up on Saturday, Becky. It's going to be you and Lita for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania in April. We all look forward to it. Becky, thanks so much for the time. I appreciate it. Always great talking to you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Becky. Have a great Valentine's Day.
You too.